In today's short analysis video, we will discuss on Nasdaq index, or you can also call it as US 100 index. And my dear friends, this is a follow-up video. Just before 6 days ago, I had shared you a detailed analysis on Nasdaq index. If you, my dear friends, if you remember, just 6 days before I had shared you an analysis, I had already inform you well in advance that there is a negative chart pattern got triggered, and this index is going to give you a downside correction. And exactly according to my analysis, the stock had given a massive downside correction, and it exactly hit to our targets. My dear friends, and dear friends, I will also share you my previous analysis video link on the description. Just go to the description and click on the link. You will be able to see my 6 days before, where I had informed you well in advance that this index will give you a downside corrections. This all, if you see that this big fall, if you'll see this big fall, we have identified well in advance, and we had also posted a video on my channel. Before this move came on the downside, I had predicted well in advance, and I had shared you the detailed analysis, and that backdated video link is given on the descriptions. And now we'll go to the chart and we will analysis. And my dear friends, the stock, now in today's analysis we will discuss how the stock had given you, how the stock is ready for an upside move from the current level. If you'll see over here, if you'll remember, just 6 days before, I had identified this beautiful pattern, and this was a double top. And as soon as this double top pattern got trigger on the downside, this was our entry, and this was our target, and this entire massive down move we had captured. And my dear friends, now the main reason behind making today's video is, now the stock is ready for an upside move. The stock had completed the downward cycle, the downward bearish cycle is completed, and now this index is ready for a next move on the upper side. So my dear friends, today's analysis, it will be on the positive side, it will be on the buy side. Now the stock is trading near to an important sub resistance level, and it's on a verge of breakout. If the stock gives breakout, then we would see a massive upside rally on the upper side, and it will allow us to capitalize an opportunity to buy this stock. We can initiate a buy position before and big upside rally get trigger. And my dear friends, no one will in the YouTube, it will give you the deep analysis which I am sharing you with you all. This stock, before this stock, going on the downside, we had predicted well in advance, and now the stock is moving on the upper side, and again I am informing you, if I'm sharing with you well in advance. If we come on to the 2 hours time frame, and if I'll remove this negative chart structure, and now we will focus on the positive structure. And my dear friends, if you'll see, this was on top where the index had started a downward correction in the form of downward sloping parallel channel. And as long as the stock was trading under this downward sloping parallel channel, there was a back-to-back lower lows. First lower lows trigger here, the second lower lows here, and the third one. But as soon as this downward sloping parallel channel got trigger on the upper side, first time its lower lows shifted to higher highs, and this is a point where we got a confirmation that stock is making a bottom formation. The stock is trying to make a bottom formation, and as soon as the neckline will get trigger, we will see a massive upside bounce, and that will help us to buy this stock. My dear friends, if you'll make a closer look over here, you will be able to identify there is an inverted head and shoulder pattern. My dear friends, there is an bull side pattern is getting emerged. And once we have to wait for a confirmation closing about two neckline, that is 25,761. We have to wait for a neckline to get trigger about $25,761. The moment it will break this neckline, my dear friends, don't do any blind trading. You have to wait for this neckline to get trigger on the upper side, and then we will see a big upside move. So as soon as you find that this stock has broken both the neckline, then very soon you will witness the upside target of $26,400. This will be the first major targets, and the second target will be 26,200, and in between this will be the resistance. So my dear friends, the best thing is just keep this index under your watch list, and you have to keep monitoring for the breakout of this neckline. The moment both the neckline will get trigger, then this inverted head and shoulder pattern get active, and very soon you may see this upside target, and your stop loss should be below this right shoulder that we will mark in red colors. So my dear friends, this is it for today's analysis, and if you really like my analysis, hit the like button and subscribe to my channel.